Hey, boys and girls. So today we're going to do another poem. All this week we're going to focus on different types of poetry or different poems. And most of them we're also going to find the theme. So we're continuing with theme, but we're doing it with poetry, not just stories. One thing I wanted to go over, this is the poem that we're going to do today. It's called The Helpful Boy. I wanted to go over the difference between a line and a stanza. So a line is just this, the little boy all the way across. That's a line. He thought he could. That's line 2. And thus he set out. That's line 3. And so on and so forth. To do good, it was a habit that he had to only think about himself, but no more. Okay, so there are, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines in this entire part is called the stanza. So see how they're kind of like, they're not paragraphs, but they're kind of look like little like sections. See how there's a space in between. So all these lines are grouped together and all these lines are grouped together. So all of these lines grouped together up top are called a stanza. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stanzas. And it seems like they might each have 8 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times a poem will have like the same number of lines in every stanza. And it looks like this one is the same. It has 8 lines in every single stanza, and there are 5 stanzas. So again, a line is just that, the line straight across, the little boy, that's line 1. And the stanza is this whole group of lines together. There are 5 stanzas in this poem. Today, there is going to be a question about theme, but there's also a couple other comprehension questions, just making sure that everybody's understanding the poem and its meaning. So it says, answer each of the questions in complete sentences and use evidence from the poem to support your answer. So the first question is, what was the challenge that was faced by the boy? So when you complete the entire poem, you will see that he faces a challenge. What is the meaning of to curb his sadness used in the 4th stanza? So you're going to have to count down to stanza 4, read that whole stanza, which I showed you is the group of lines, and then try and infer what to curb his sadness means. In which lines from the poem lets the reader know that the main character is relieved to be considered helpful? So where can you find the evidence to show that he's relieved to be considered helpful? And then the last question, there's our theme question. There it is again. What is at least one possible theme for this poem? And provide evidence from the poem to support the theme that you chose. Remember, when you're choosing a theme, it should be a statement and it should be a sentence. So it can have a topic, like whatever the topic you think that the helpful boy is. Maybe it's helpfulness or, I don't know, thinking of others. That's the topic. The theme should be a sentence or a statement about the topic. Okay. Any questions? Please, private message me. I try and get back as fast as I can. It goes right to my email, and it even alerts me on my phone. So please, if you do the private message on this document, you're working on this and you have a question, just to